With Enalyzer, you can create advanced reports using your response data. However, there might be many reasons why you would also like to export your response data directly. In this video, we'll discuss the various options that you have for downloading your response data, as well as the different data formats available. We'll also explore how you can use your data export for further analysis, for sharing it with stakeholders, or to import it into other surveys. When it comes to downloading your survey responses in Enalyzer, there are 3 different formats to choose from, being Excel, CSV, or SPSS. The Excel format downloads an overview of all of your background variables and of your questions, in all the different languages that you have available in your survey. The response data will then be shown in a separate tab. The CSV format only downloads the response data. This format can be used if you would like to import the data into external systems for further analysis, or if you would like to import the data into a different Enalyzer survey. SPSS is a widely used software for statistical analysis, and it requires a specific format. In order to download your SPSS file, you need the SPSS software installed on your computer. Enalyzer allows you to specify the format of your data output, and the standard setting is that your answers are being exported as numbers. So just to give you an example, say that you just created single select questions, where the answers are yes, no, and don't know, in that specific order. Then in the data export, 1 will be yes, 2 will be no, and 3 will be don't know. However, if you prefer to have the text labels instead, you can easily go to the download settings and make the change. When including background variables in your response download, you will also get some additional metadata about your responses. These include, for example, starting time and the response status. And remember, if you're new to working with data this way, in your downloaded file, each row will represent a new survey response, whilst every column will represent a specific type of data, such as a variable or a question. Exporting your data can be especially useful if you would like to perform further analysis outside of Enalyzer. You can, for example, import your data into Power BI, into SPSS, or an AI analysis tool. When you download your response data, you also have the option to include the open answers. And this can be valuable if you would like to perform a further text analysis, for example manually or by a text analysis tool. Instead of downloading data manually and importing it into external systems, remember that you can also automate this process by using outgoing webhooks in Enalyzer. Now, there may be instances where stakeholders, rather than receive a report, prefer to get an export of the data itself in CSV or in Excel. This way they can delve into the individual responses or perform their own analysis. However, it's crucial to be cautious when you're sharing your response data. Remember that it can contain all sorts of information, like sensitive information or confidential information. It is therefore important that you review your data file first and remove any unnecessary or confidential information. And also be aware that if you've been conducting a survey that is anonymous, that we advise you not to share the data export at all. With Enalyzer, you can import data into your surveys. You could, for example, export your survey data from one survey and import it into another. And a very common use case for that would be to benchmark within a survey. Picture this. You've been carrying out the same survey year after year. Let's say a customer satisfaction survey. You can import the data of last year's survey into this year's survey, and thereby creating a benchmark. This allows you to track changes and trends over time.